thank you again for being here. Really appreciate you guys coming and being invested in our new search for a head coach for cross country and track and field, a position that also includes the manager of athletic operations here at CSI. We had a fantastic pool of candidates that applied. Really, we brought several on campus. Several met with myself, Associate Athletic Director Erin Van Nostren, Athletic Director Charles Gomes, and we selected a candidate who we're really proud to introduce to you today. He's a former high school standout here on Staten Island at St. Peter's High School, so truly knows the area, knows the surroundings. He ran competitive track and cross country at St. Thomas Aquinas College, a member of the East Coast Conference, a conference that we currently belong to. Immediately following his playing career, he became an assistant coach at St. Thomas Aquinas for a period of 8 years. And he was a part of 4 conference championships at St. Thomas Aquinas, 2 on the men's side, 2 on the women's side. So we're really happy to have him on board. In 2017, he became the head coach for cross country at the College of Mount St. Vincent, another Dolphins program. He started as the cross country coach there, and he helped install the college's first ever track and field program at the College of Mount St. Vincent. So he's very familiar and very adept at starting programs sort of from scratch and from the ground level up. So we feel that'll help him here. Also at Mount St. Vincent, he served as the campus's strength and conditioning coach for a time, and also worked game operations, facility operations at Mount St. Vincent. So he's got a lot of great experience, a lot of transferable experience, and you know, we're really excited to have him on board. Really excited for the future of this program, especially against the backdrop of our move to Division II. So without further ado, I'm going to ask him to come up. Andrew Gangemi, everybody.
Thank you for everybody for coming. I'm super excited to be back on Staten Island. Like David said, I grew up here. I ran through Cove Lakes just like everybody else did here. So to bring everything full circle and continue my coaching career, you know, at CSI, I'm very excited and just humbled to be part of the tradition that has been already laid down here, and to be part of the jump to Division II. I have extensive background in Division II athletics. Winning conference championship at the ECC, and then qualifying for nationals for women's cross country. My goal is to bring that championship attitude to CSI and bring this program to that level. When I started at St. Thomas, I was one of 5 guys on the cross country team. Now that program since grown, so I see that kind of development, which is going to take time, but I want to be part of that growth stage with the Dolphin community here on Staten Island. I'm going to open up to any questions that you guys may have.
You touched on some of your experiences in cross country, track and field, well over a decade as a player, assistant coach, head coach. How have some of those experiences prepared you for what's on tap here at CSI?
When I started at St. Thomas, it was a small team. Mount St. Vincent was a small program, but I was a part of the growth of all those places. So I want to bring that here as be part of the, you know, build the roots and then build upon it. Yeah.
All right. What would you say about lifting?
I'm big into lifting weights. I think that's a critical part of a track and field distance runners training program. So we do it 2 days a week, and then ancillary training on top of that throughout the week. But I think that's a major component that's sometimes overlooked, but I think it's a major staple in my training programs.
Looking forward to track and field season, are you going to do separate things for throwers, distance, and sprinters?
Yes. We're in the search now for completing my coaching staff of throws and jumps and sprints. My background's in distance running, but it's not going to be a cookie cutter where everybody does the same thing. We're going to specify your event and what you're going to be good at, and, you know, tailor the training to you as an athlete.
Not race-wise, not to talk about the season, but like, what do you expect from this team, basically?
My major things are going to be a commitment. Now that we're on the Division II level, like, commitment's going to be the big part. You guys are no longer on the Division III. You guys are Division II. Like, so it's I feel the commitment level from the student athlete is more important. That athletics is now a major part of your schedule. It's not, obviously academics is priority number one, but athletics is now up there though. You're going to have to make some sacrifices within your life to be a Division II athlete. So I think that's the major part of it. Academics, obviously, super important. Every team I've coached has been academic All-American. So I'm going to hold that the same standard to this team. And then professionalism is going to be another one where, we're going to look at, and, people are going to see us as a, Division II program to be taken serious. We're going to look a certain way. We're going to act a certain way when we're at meets. We're going to warm up a certain way. So that's just going to be, help our brand, CSI Dolphin brand of cross-country track and field, be looked upon as, oh, this team's going to be for real when they come conference championships.
You mentioned one of your goals for the program was to raise the caliber of our program to meet the Division II level, and you also just spoke about the commitment you want from your student athletes. How do you bring all of that together in time for play this year in order to navigate what's to come as we move into Division II in year one?
We're going to start right away being on the Division II level. Our sport's different than most, that we can compete against Division I and II teams right off the bat. So we're going to get, race against them. We're going to see ECC teams to, this way the team can see what that caliber is. And we're going to just, every day when we come to practice, our attitude is going to be a championship level. And then we're going to be acting as if we're Division II athletes, which, we now are.
So how do you feel about recruiting and getting your name out there? Not your name, but CSI's name out there. So.
Great question. Recruiting is going to be big. Right now it's a small program. It's new. It's building. Track and field's brand new on campus. But having my background in the Staten Island running community, I'm definitely going to use that to my advantage. I've recruited outside of New York City with my previous coaching experiences. So definitely going to just use that to get our brand name out there. And then using the members of the team to kind of, share your experiences of being, the Dolphin athlete, being part of the track and field team, the cross-country experience to get our name out there. But I think that's going to be a big part of, and I have a lot of connections on the Division II level that they're going to see, okay, College of Staten Island. They're going to be a real team come, in the future that's going to be competing for championships. And I see that happening at a pretty fairly fast pace with the resources that you have at the college and what Staten Island has to offer.
One last question for you. You've been a part of starting programs from scratch, and you've been a part of national championship teams, so you know what it takes to get to that level. How do you see the right formula for CSI achieving that sort of success?
I think it takes time. It takes time to build teams the right way. But getting the right people in place, getting the right student athletes in place that have the commitment level, that want to perform at a championship level, the results will come. The conference championships, the national championships will come if the attitude of the student athlete and the college and the coaching staff is on the same page. And from what I've seen so far, the few times I've been on campus as a new coach, I can see that CSI is definitely, trending towards that championship level, championship attitude.
Do you have realistic expectations? When you say goal, is it realistic? This is something that you can do. This is something that the team can do.
Yeah, that's a great question. The great thing about our sport is you can see your goals and you can have a realistic, approach to what your goals are. You have set, where you started, and then you can track your progression as it goes. So that's, a discussion we're going to have with, each athlete, what their individual goals are, where they want to be, and, create a realistic plan of how we're going to get there. Obviously, if you're running, 4:40 in the mile, and your goal is 4 minutes, you have a lot of work to do. But we're going to set goals in between then to make sure we're on track to getting there.
Andrew, I have one last question. I think we spoke about it in the interview process as well, but track and field is so, it's different than a lot of sports because everybody has a different type of specialty and a different goal in mind, a different level that they're coming in with and that they want to leave CSI with. So how do you go about assessing where each student athlete is and what's appropriate for where they need to go, all in the same mindset of you're trying to move the team forward as well? So how do you break that down?
I think, well, the big thing is there's so many different, caveats of our sport, whether jumps, throws, distance, sprinting, and then the events within that. But getting to know each athlete and getting to know where they're coming from, what their background is, what their experiences are, and then building from that. Everybody's coming from a different place. Some didn't run high school, some did. Some are all Americans, some weren't. But to understand what their goals are, once they start achieving their goals, the team's going to start achieving goals on a broad scale. So I think that's going to lead to the overall team success.
Any other questions for Andrew? Okay, great.